Guys, today let's talk about some top signs that you might be in a relationship with a narcissist. Now, these are things you can look at if you're getting into a new relationship, and also if you're in a relationship where you think maybe it's not right or something's not quite there. Have a look back at these things and see, did these things happen at the beginning of your relationship? So let's get into them. So these are kind of things that a narcissist will do in an abusive relationship. Now, please bear in mind, just because maybe one of these things happen doesn't mean they are a narcissist, or it doesn't mean there's, ill intent. So you have to take everything all together and then start breaking it down and understanding everything. So let's look at love bombing. So start of your relationship is everything full on. Lots of love, lots of gifts, lots of attention, really hyper focused, pushing it, like really full on strong. Are things moving very quickly? Are you moving in with each other quickly? Are you meeting each other's families quickly? Are things happening at a rapid pace, much more rapid than what you would be comfortable with, or what people think is normal, or anything like that? Then have a look at isolation is a big one I want you to look at. So are things happening like they're saying to you, don't see your friends, spend more time with me? This is a tricky one because remember, you're getting into a new relationship, you're obviously going to start spending more time with that person, which means you have less time for other things you used to when you were single. But when they start asking you to not see people, when they start trying to actively prevent you from seeing friends, family, that's where you want to keep a lookout for that isolation. Now, another one I want you to look at is triangulation. Has a third party been introduced in some way to the relationship? And, not in a physical way. I'm talking, they come into the relationship and they tell you about how their ex was so terrible, their ex cheated, their ex was abusive. They really paint this picture of this enemy, so this third party that you can create the triangle with. And that's a tool used to kind of gain sympathy. They could also introduce, that's a common enemy, but they could also try and introduce competition. They could tell you that there's someone in there, their ex is still interested in them or something. It creates that little bit of competition, so you're pushing and competing against them. So have a look at these things. If they're happening, try and understand further. Like I said, each one in isolation doesn't mean that something is amiss, but they are good warning signs, good indicators. If you're further along the relationship and other bad stuff's happening, go back and see, did these things happen? There are classic tools and techniques of the abuser or the narcissist. I have covered a lot of this in my first book, Why Didn't You Just Leave Them? Grab a copy of that. It goes through all of these tools and techniques. But these are some real things just to look out for. And just remember, stay safe, think, learn, research.